Martyr of freedom, martyrdom, just like what Raul Menendez said from Black Ops 2, even though it's not exactly like the topic of this video or the title, but he said martyr me for Cortes DA. I don't know what that meant, you can go look it up, but martyr me for freedom. Freedom fighter. Why am I speaking about this is because, and I also want to let you all be heard, those that can relate and all that. I'm sure we are sick and tired of constantly doing what we don't want to do, doing things against our will, doing things that we see is wrong and false, and it's not according to our morals and principles and all that. Because each and every one of us have our own respective principles, a set of rules that we follow, moral code, blah blah blah, even though we're the same gender, or the bro code, or girls, the sister code, the girl code. But we are still our own individuals. We are still our own genetics inherited from our parents and all that. Or maybe we have a little bit of something and something special, And then, if the if the situation allows it, maybe we have our own offspring, then yeah, it'll be even more magical and better. We have bedazzling looking children. I want to see what our kids look like, Most parents are like that. Can't wait to see what our kids look like. That's why they're always pursuing the attractive ones, looks based and all that. But anyways, off topic, tangent, sidetrack. I am a martyr of freedom, Constantly doing for so many years, more than a decade, that's for damn sure. Is constantly doing what I do not want to do against my will. Otherwise, do it or else. And one of them is none other than schools. That's why I will always forever freaking hate school with a burning passion. It will never die out. I will constantly hate it, even to my grave or to my cremation. And I'm put in an urn, my ashes. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And I also want freedom for people, obviously, It really irks me to see people doing things against their will, doing things that they don't want, and then wasting their life away, and then they just self-delete, shoe size. You know what I'm saying? The self-delete, I can't say it because it's a sensitive word, isn't it? Yeah, shoe size. Your shoe size, what size are you? US, UK, Europe standards, or China? I say China because production and all that, so it's like almost everywhere. Made in China and all that, no offense. But anyways, all big for freedom. I'll try to make this video not too long, maybe the 7-minute mark or 6, because I'm also kinda bored of making long ass videos. I just want to make bite-sized, digestible ones. So, find your freedom. Because I had to find my own also. Some people that are given freedom, they have freedom. I also did have, not gonna lie. But most of it I had to find by myself. Because the strings attached for me, I can do this after I have done this. You can do this after you have done this. If you did not do this yet, you cannot. If you have not done this yet, you cannot do what you want. You'll be grounded, blah blah blah. You'll be monitored, you'll be punished accordingly. So you want to do this, you have to do this first. You want to do this, you have to do that. You want to do that first. Wait, what am I saying? You want to do that, you have to do this first. This and that and this. These and those and these. Blah blah blah, etc. etc. Martyr of freedom, freedom fighter. Why would we want to be in shackles of other people? Why would we want to be restrained? I thought it's our life, right? World is our oyster. We can come into this world and place our marks, place our creations and inventions, or just whatever, even though it may be similar to people, but hey, as long as it satisfies the chemicals in your brain, you release serotonin, oxytocin, all those good stuff, dopamine. As long as it makes you feel good, the feel good reward system in your brain and all that, okay then. Even though I do poke fun or pick at people that claim to be themselves, and then it turns out to be so similar, it's almost like they're not actually themselves. But no, I should not be like that. It's just how they are. Show some respect. Just like how they showed me some respect. Show them the same respect they showed me. And unfortunately, that's not a lot of people, right? That's why freedom is lacking. Freedom is almost non-existent because you got people left, right, center, in front, behind, inside, outside, up and down, diagonal, 360 everywhere. Be monitoring you, prying eyes, monitoring spirits and all that. And then they lock you in, it's like a prison. You're locked behind your cells. You have to follow, curfew, this and that, these and those. If you act out of whack, you get punished. You get sent to AdSec. What is AdSec again? I forgot. Segregation. Something segregation. Administered segregation, I think. Where you are placed by yourself. I mean, that's good. I don't mind that. I'm not saying I've been to prison or want to go to prison, knock on wood. But if, AdSec is a lot better. Because your inmates and all that could be acting out of whack also and be sus. Your bunkmate and all that. But yeah, always stand your ground, stand for what you believe in, fight for it, be adamant. This is your life, this is your own individuality, this is for you, for yourself. Never mind what your parents, your family, your surrounding people tell you, your friends, even if they go their own ways, even if they want to betray you and not want anything to do with you, so be it. The main goal, the main priority is you find yourself. Have freedom for yourself. A lot of people are voicing out already. I've been stumbling upon all these videos and all that. They've been talking about the 9 to 5, the 8 to 4, the 12 hours work and all that. They're sick and tired. Yeah, good. We should be protesting. That's like I said in one of my previous videos, we should be standing for our rights as citizens of planet Earth, not just our respective countries, as Earthlings, on Earth. Fight for our rights as citizens on planet Earth, off planet Earth also, instead of our own countries only. Fighting for country and biome, terrain, terra, which is this planetarium. And also just freedom overall, whatever you can think of. Freedom. But obviously control and proper healthy ones. Not too much freedom where you just do anything and you get others in trouble. Hell no. I do not vouch for that. I'm talking about for yourself and all. And I don't care if you find enjoyment in hurting others and all that. No, then you will be punished. Because then you are robbing other people of their own respective freedom, right? Makes sense. So I want freedom where I'm talking about the freedom where you exercise your freedom and others can exercise theirs, and it's all healthy, harmonious and peaceful. And it's already 9 minutes. Oops. Okay, I try not to make it 10, but yeah, martyr of freedom. Fight for freedom always. Really sick and tired of always doing someone else's bidding and all that. I mean, it can be, like the government ruling over us and all that, providing this and that, but then some of them be corrupted also. Some of them be acting out of whack and not in accordance to what we thought they were supposed to. They're always rebelling and going against and all that, doing something else entirely. So that's not right, and that is effed up. That's not good. Maybe I'll talk until 11 minutes because I still have some more to put in. Yeah. Tax money goes to other countries, just like the US. The tax money goes to Ukraine to support the fight. blah blah blah. Even though I'm not American, but I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense. Because money at this point in time obviously gives us freedom, and then you 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 put the compulsion where we have to pay taxes. There's a compulsion, compulsory. And then we don't pay taxes, we get in trouble unless you can actually get away with it. Then more power to you. But other than that, most of us we still have to pay, and then our efforts have been wasted because it doesn't go to our society in our country, respective societies and respective countries. It goes to someone else's society. What the heck? Doesn't make sense. Then you're robbing a freedom from them also, You're draining people's money. And then you minimize their freedom and all that, because nowadays money equals freedom. You step out your door, you step out your car, the moment you wake up, money is already involved. Pretty much. So yeah, it's time for your rights because you worked hard. Unless you actually didn't, then it's, handed to you or whatever. Then yeah. But eventually you have to work and find your own freedom and all that and stand your ground. Martyrdom. Martyr of freedom always. That's why you're able to do most things that you're doing, right? Because freedom is in it. You're able to shower, drink, eat, defecate, pee, listen to songs, watch movies, play games, socialize. Freedom, 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 blah blah blah. Drive to places, travel the planet all around the world. Freedom, freedom, freedom. And then you have some obstacles, obstructions standing in the way, getting in the way, minimizing all that, is robbing and stripping us bare naked of freedom almost. That's why even our food and water also has chemicals and is getting poisoned. That's why people have been getting cancer and all that and blah blah blah, I don't want to speak too much, but yeah. Title of this video, Martyr of Freedom. Be you, do you, freedom. Signing out now, adios.